Hey, what's going on, people? I'm not going to say anything about my scene being lopsided. We just going to lean on today on stream. So I thank you guys so much for joining us. We are here with Detroit's own Zaddy. Hey, Zaddy.
What's going on?
Mr. James Abernathy. Did I say that?
Yes, you said it absolutely.
My tongue get in the way, so I was trying to make sure I said it correctly.
Don't start that.
So James has hit the ground running in this acting game, and I am so super excited to sit with you. Thank you for giving your time to me today.
First of all, you're welcome. Second of all, I'm humble. Hit the ground running?
Yeah, it feels like you hit the ground running.
Thank you.
One day you wasn't there, and then you just been in my life.
Part of your everyday life.
Yes. So I thank you so much. Here on stream, we try to make sure that we allow our audience to get to know some of our actors in the Detroit film industry. As the show is called, is Stream. So if you're streaming, we want to talk to you and want the people to know who you are. We're giving flowers out while you're alive. We're not waiting at all.
Thank you for my flowers.
No, my pleasure. So I like to start my show off by asking my guests, what is a motto that you live by?
What is a motto that I live by?
Yes.
This is going to sound corny.
Please.
I'm an old cat, if you couldn't tell from the gray hair on my face, but I watched a lot of Popeye the Sailor growing up. And Popeye used to say, I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
That's not corny.
That's my
That's like jewels and shit. That's
I am
you.
what I am, nothing more, nothing less.
Really?
Try to stay in my lane, do what I can. I don't limit myself on what I can achieve or the growth of things that I try. But at the end of the day, I am what I am, and that's it.
Am I allowed to ask how old you are?
Yeah, I ain't a woman. I ain't offended by that.
Okay.
I'm 51 3/4. My birthday in May.
Oh, then you younger than the janitor over here. It's all good.
Why you talking about my man like that? Miles in the sky. Shouts out to Miles in the sky.
And we want to say here in the city of Detroit, we like older men. We like the gray. We like all of it.
This gray beard. I be thinking about shaving it off.
Please don't.
And people be like, why you want to do that? You look so distinguished.
You do.
So I appreciate the love.
I am what I am, so I am what I be.
I am what I am, and that's all that I am.
Okay. I got to ask my dad that again later. Okay, so can you tell me a little bit about your upbringing?
My upbringing. Well, I was born in the city I never lived in. I was born in East Point, Georgia.
Okay.
Which later on I found out that's where when Outkast came out, that's where they came from. But my family lineage starts in Bessemer and Birmingham, Alabama. Like a lot of black folks here in Detroit area, Chicago, and the Midwest, my father moved here with my mom to get a job at Chrysler. Mm-hmm. I grew up on the east side, went to Goodale Elementary, went to the Fisher Middle School.
I don't know nothing about none of this.
All right. The people out there who know, they know. And I went to Denby High School, graduated from Denby High School.
Okay, so all east. That's
all east side, one of 4 brothers. My mom raised 4 boys. She 5 foot nothing. But my mom's was what they call my Dukes, the neighborhood mom. Mm-hmm. So everybody knew who my mom was, 5 foot nothing, biceps with a vein down the middle from whooping our behinds. I almost cursed, but we're on the podcast, so we keep it.
I curse. I have a
Can we curse on here?
I can. Okay. I don't know about my guests, but
I'm going to try and get it clean. I'm going to try and get it clean.
If it slips out, it's all good. It's the internet. We all good.
Cool.
So I said you hit the ground running, but I really don't know your acting background. When did you fall in love with acting?
The funny part about acting is I tell people all the time, we act every day. Every single person on the planet has a different persona. We code switch between being at home with our parents, being around our friends, being at our job, being around our church friends. But in a serious answer, I actually found my genuine love for acting back in 2008, 2009. Okay. I did stage plays, a lot of stage plays. Okay.
I love that a lot of people that has this theater background are transitioning into film because, for one, it speaks to you not even knowing that Detroit was going to blow up in this capacity with having streaming services like Tubi and Prime and things of that nature. So thank you for your gift to the stage. So when you started on stage, do you remember your first play?
Well, absolutely. The person who gave me my first opportunity on stage actually gave my first opportunity in front of a camera.
Okay.
Vanessa Lynn, Boss Lady. The first time she did the Boss Lady stage play back in 2010, something like that, was my first stage play.
Okay. And were you a lead, supporting?
Well, I was supporting.
Okay.
Supporting.
So, and you say she gave you your first opportunity in film.
So she had a play that she was going to do. It was called Fakers. Mm-hmm. Fakers. And she had offered me a role in Fakers. And then I think COVID happened. She had some financial problems, then COVID happened. And right around the time COVID hit, maybe a little bit before, people was making movies a little bit before that, but she got into making movies. Mm-hmm. So she decided to make Fakers into a film.
Okay.
And then she had so much footage, she decided to make it into a series.
Oh, wow.
So it's on Tubi, I believe. Yeah.
You don't know? We'll find it. Don't worry about it.
I remember it being released on Prime, and Tubi hadn't been popular yet.
Right.
When that came out.
Okay, Fakers. I seen that when I was doing my research for you, but I wasn't quite sure what it was. I seen the name and your picture, but I didn't know if you were just faking some shit.
I was faking about
right,
Fakers.
so I let it go. Right. So that's amazing. So you act all your life. You pretend to be a good actor, and you're doing a great job at that. I want to tell you that.
I'm acting at being a good
actor. I'm acting at being an excellent podcaster. See, we got something in common.
Absolutely.
See, that's how great love start, having something in common.
We got something in common. Is that Bobby Brown and Whitney?
Oh, God. I hope I'm Bobby.
That would make me Whitney.
Right. You're the older. That's because you're older. Okay, so we're going to start, and we're going to get into your films.
Okay.
All right, so let's just put the slop out there.
We can start out with that.
We're going to start off with sloppy. We're going to get.
It's not like it's a burden to me, though.
No, and as it should not be, actually, because I watch movies. Mm-hmm. There's numerous of movies, millions of movies in this world. So this is just one of those. Right. So Sloppy Seconds.
Sloppy Seconds, the first thing that comes to mind is controversial.
Right.
Only because of the content. They pulled it down off of Tubi. And
they did pull it down?
Up. They pulled it down off of Tubi for maybe a week or so.
Okay.
I think it was the implied bestiality. Mm-hmm. And I say implied. It wasn't explicit. We see a lot of explicit stuff on Tubi.
Right. Absolutely.
So,
yeah.
That was a very unique opportunity for me. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed doing it up until that point. I had always played, like you said, I'm Detroit's unofficial Zaddy, Daddy, or whatever. Mm-hmm. And at that point, I got a phone call from my man Kamal Smith. I ain't name dropping. That's just who.
No, Kamal was one of my very first guests. So I told you it's like a family tree here.
Absolutely. It is. The acting community is like a family. Mm-hmm. So Mr. Smith called me and said, Sweet LB, y'all call her Arthur LB, but I call her Sweet LB, needed a body. She needed somebody to play this councilman character, strong father type figure. And when I got the script, I'm like, wait a minute. I'm the bad guy.
You are the bad guy. You were the bad guy. Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed playing the bad guy.
You know, what I appreciate about this film, and so we talked about the controversial part, but that wasn't just it.
No.
It tapped on conversations in our community that we do not want to have when it comes to being having that predator in our family that everyone wants to pretend is not the predator.
Absolutely.
And we live our lives with those secrets until it comes out too late. So were you okay with that message being delivered?
Absolutely. It speaks to generational curses.
Absolutely.
Why people are in the positions that they are mentally that allows them to be where they are physically in life, like the main character in Sloppy Seconds. Her thing was self-esteem. Mm-hmm. Self-esteem. She had everything in the world that she could want it, but she didn't have self-esteem, self-confidence, self-love in order to stay away from a situation like that. Mm-hmm. And that was rooted back in the whole circumstances of her upbringing, her birth, not really knowing who her mother was and things like that, who she thought her mother was, and the appropriate love and affection that she never received at home. Mm-hmm. And like you said, the whole predatory angle of it as far as the molestation, yeah, that's happening. That's real. The truth is often stranger than fiction.
Absolutely. Yeah, I agree. And one of the things that I realize as a woman, you know, people don't want to be open and candid with themselves, but my birth name is Keisha.
Okay.
My first violent relationship was with a man named
Keisha, do you love me? I'm sorry. Wait.
with a man named Rico, you know.
Oh,
so
wow. You was with
right,
Rico.
I was like, somebody's coming after me, you know what I'm saying? But it was that manipulation that a lot of young women experience when they were younger.
Absolutely.
And nobody wants to talk about it. I don't have a filter. A lot of people know that. So I don't have a lot of things about this great life of mine that I'm embarrassed about. But I turned it off early before I even knew what was coming, because it was such a reflection of directions that my own life could have went in. And that's why I thank you for being brave enough to even be a part of the project.
Okay.
You know.
Shouts out to Michelle Moore. She wrote it.
Okay. Shouts out.
A lot of material that you see on TV now is actually written first. It was a book first. Sweet LB, her name is author Lisa Brown.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? These things were books, and now here comes this medium where, okay, people read my books, but now let's make it into a movie.
Absolutely. Yes.
And shouts out to you. I understand. That movie had to be triggering for some people. I've heard stories, personal stories from people about abuse in their family. Nothing to do with sloppy seconds, but casual conversation with people. And you sit back and I'm shocked and amazed at how many people actually know someone or themselves personally have been a victim of that type of situation.
And sometimes just watching it is some people's way of getting through it, even if they don't want to talk about it or associate themselves with the storyline.
Right.
It helps that somebody is brave enough to put it out there.
Right.
So thank you. Everybody know who he is. You know, I think the city went crazy. I think y'all had to go viral. Like,
for a while I had partners that was like, we can't hang out for a while till this cool off. You my man still, but I can't be seen with you in public.
Did you have to take a vacation from
People
work?
look at me and be like, wait a minute, I know you.
Right.
And then, the thing about Sloppy Seconds was I had movies before Sloppy Seconds, but by the level of controversy, the bud is generated. Mm-hmm. That in and of itself kind of catapulted me to where, okay, people look and they kind of recognize me. People look at me funny right before they say, I don't like you.
Right. Yeah.
I'm in Popeyes trying to get me a 2-piece of biscuit and some red beans and rice, and the lady back there doing like this. Yeah, I watch all the movies on Tubi. I know who you is with your sloppy ass.
Right. Oh, I don't want that chicken.
Wait a minute. Somebody else make my box. Or do it where I can see you. But yeah,
and until you hear stories like that, I had Des Cortez on a few weeks ago, and he played a character that was controversial, and he was saying like how bad it got on the scene. Like nobody wanted to do his makeup. They didn't want to cut his hair, because he was an abuser. Actually, the same chick.
Oh wow.
She had a bad rap. But it was the same leading lady, and he people will look at you.
Was it you?
The young lady who played
my wife?
No, played Keisha.
Okay, my daughter. Okay.
You played your daughter. She played his wife in this particular movie. But I say that speaks to how good of a job you're doing. Right. When people on set know you're acting and they still mad at you.
And your friends who know you personally, be talking about, dog, you did that too well. I don't know. You did that. You said that too well. You sure you ain't? They joking, but
right. But part of them, we question.
Oh yeah,
because you have a thing that you do with your eyes. I'm like, he mean. You just did it, like am I about to get a spanking? But your what?
My aunt said that. She said, I've seen that look on your face. Mm-hmm. I said, hey, you know me since I was small, but yeah, it's cool. I played a domestic violence play. Where actually they set up the physicality where the woman next to me only weighed my leading lady weighed 100 pounds. Oh. So when it came to domestic violence, I'm a big dude. I was able to grab her and pick her up by the throat. It wasn't picked up, it's staged, just acting, Most of the time when you grab somebody's hair, they're actually one moving their head when you have their hair. Mm-hmm. So I pick her up and you hear the whole audience go, and I slammed her on the couch and proceeded to just drop bombs on her, right? I got the video that my man from my job came to, and he came and saw the play. There were actually people talking about, don't let me catch you outside. You know what I'm saying? Real physical violence. Right. And it's like, I know it's a play, but the way you made it happen to my girl, I want to put hands on you.
Put hands on you.
So applause.
Yeah.
That means I got you sucked in. where you want to get an emotional response from it. That's what the movie is. Make you think and elicit emotional response.
Now, you picked up a response from me with Dance with the Devil. Like I have been anticipating this movie for a while. They did a great job at the build-up. I wasn't able to make it to the premiere, but I was able to see it. And excellent movie.
Oh man, to this date, I no disrespect to any of the projects I've done. That is like one of my favorite projects in the sense that shouts out to Super Joe. The movie itself is paced well, edited well, shot well. The story is engaging. There's no low spots, and then the way it ends, people was like, "I knew you wasn't just no preacher. I knew it was deeper than you just being a preacher." So the reveal was on time, and it was a nice film.
One of the things I love is we have to learn how to get in and get out. So when I sat down, and this was on, I wasn't even doing any research. I was really anticipating seeing you guys. Actually, and you were the only actor that I was familiar with in this project. Okay. And I've been following you for some time, so I was really excited about seeing you in the project. So when it dropped, I immediately watched. And I'm like, I think it's running in. I tell you guys, like, it's coming in at like an hour and 25 minutes, which lets me know if it's a good movie. We getting in, we getting to the point, and we getting out. And you came in as a dynamic character, a protector, you know. So as an African-American man, did you see any parts of yourself in that character?
As an actor, you have to tap into the sources you know. To answer your question, yes. My daughter's 20. My daughter gonna kill me. She's born in 97. She'll be 27 in August. She's 26 years old. I got a granddaughter that's 7. As a man, I'm all about providing and protecting. So a character like Pastor Dwayne, yeah, I brought some of that to that. Absolutely.
I do see that strength. You always play someone. I mean, you're a big guy, so you can't be a weak man, you know. But
you mean I can't play no librarian?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I come read a book though. If you do, like, it's okay.
Hey, you girl with them glasses.
But I like the way I was really trying to figure out, like, how do you, as a man, how are you going to handle this? Because it was something that your daughter said in the movie where when you have people that give their life to the church and they forget about home. And not myself, it didn't hit home with, but I've seen that a lot around where...
We hear about PKs all the time, right?
Yeah, all the time.
Worst person in the church might be the PK. I'm just going to say PK because I don't want to point anybody about that know.
Yeah.
Just because your father is the pastor doesn't mean that you're an angel. Yeah, there was some deep sentiments in that one scene that you're referring to. I did research on how to snatch the gun. That wasn't trick photography.
I thought that was dope, too.
I went on YouTube and researched how to snatch a gun from somebody. I think Joe originally wrote it as a shotgun, so I looked at shotgun, I looked up pistol, and we practiced that a couple times as not to hurt the actor's finger. And then after that, it was this confrontation, father-daughter, you know what I mean? Even after I've shown that I've got this streak in me that my kids may or may not know about, I was literally confronted by my daughter about, hey, you put the church in front of us. You can put anything else you want in that blank.
Right.
Church, work.
I'm a motorcycle part. I get on people, motorcycle club.
You know, there's people that put other things in front of raising their children, and that's just how it is. We all have our own self-interest. We may not even be conscious that we're doing it. And then the point that you make is my character, because he was a prolific pastor and had the means and the ways, he told him, I gave you everything I could to make your lives as comfortable as possible. It's like, we don't want any of that. We just want to be around you.
Yeah, most kids just want their parents. People say I irritate my son, and I'm like, I'm probably the only person that can irritate him, because at the end of the day, he loves me unconditionally because I give him that time. Nothing's more important.
Everybody else he can ignore.
He does.
Exactly. You know, just can't ignore your mama.
Right. So I love that. That was like, was it based in Detroit, or it could have been anywhere in America? Because the way it was filmed.
Unless it's specific, it's usually like, I believe, my expression of it. Unless the city plays a part in the culture of the film,
Okay.
it's usually set in anywhere. In my mind, it's set anywhere in the United States, in Black America. And like I said, usually the only time a city plays a role, the location plays a role, is if it's significant to the film.
And that's a great transition into Healing Walls, because Healing Walls was this your first leading role, or?
Yes.
Okay. And it was set in Mississippi.
Yes.
Right. That was part of it, because you guys wanted to see the transition between the country and the city, I'm assuming.
Healing Walls is actually an autobiographical work of fiction. The person who wrote that, it's about her grandfather. I'm playing her grandfather.
Oh, wow.
And the daughter is her mom.
Oh, wow. So I'm happy you said that, because in the opening credits, there were old photographs shown. And I was like, you was dressed just like the guy with the horse. You know? So I was like, so is this was the little girl Nellie, her?
I do. I'm trying to make sure I get the lineage right.
Okay.
Yes, I do believe that the person that wrote the film, Nellie, is either her mother or her herself.
Okay. Okay.
It's been a while, so my brain's foggy, but.
So when you're put in a leading role like this, you're really carrying, the cast is carrying on you. Not only was you the leading person, but you were also the patriarch of the family.
Yes.
So you had two dual roles going on. How was that? And you played a granddad.
Yeah. And that was kind of easy to do. God set me up for that one. Like I said, I got a 7-year-old granddaughter, so already been set up for the grandpa thing.
Okay.
Humbling experience. That was the most humbling experience. It's one of my favorite movies because the message of it. It's almost like a Saturday morning. What is it? We used to have
Saturday mornings after school special.
We used to have after school specials. It's like a Lifetime movie. It's pure family entertainment. It's all about the morals and the characters of the family. The fact that it's based on an actual individual carried a lot of weight, because I knew that the family would see the film as well. They actually flew me down to Mississippi to some of their land. So when you see me throwing feed to the cows and driving the tractors and all that, that's actually their family land. A Black family in Mississippi owns acres and acres of land with livestock and trees and things like that. Their family produced that for me.
I'm so happy you said that, because I was like, what part of Michigan did I assume like you were on like a ranch or something that was.
No, in the original production, we're on the horse farm. The horse farm is actually in Plymouth.
Okay.
That horse farm is actually a farm in Plymouth. It's a ranch where people store their horses and they come and ride them.
Okay.
But the actual farm where you see me throwing feed to cows and moo and all the tractor driving and all that,
yeah,
that's Mississippi. That's actually Mississippi.
Okay.
That movie there, so I did Fakers, which turned into, it had its own controversies. I won't get into that. It was released as a series. Kind of took off, kind of didn't. Second opportunity was Dear Future Husband with the Blacks, Rocky Black, Janae Black. And then my third movie.
Were you a pastor in Dear Future Husband?
I was the father of the girl praying for the husband. I was the father of the main character in Dear Future Husband.
Okay.
So
okay.
Every movie I'm in, I think I've been somebody's father.
Right, like I'm like, because I thought it was one more. That's the girl who Dez knocked out. Okay, so I knew it was one more. So you were saying?
So that movie, I met Melissa Talbot, and after Dear Future Husband, they called me, asked me to do Healing Walls. I'm extremely humble because I'm only 3 movies in, and it's my third film, but they asked me to lead.
Right.
I know cats that haven't led yet.
Yes.
Or they've been in this game for years and they just got their lead. And I'm humble and I thank God for that. If I can go back and do it again with the experience I have now, I would do it again and try to do it even better, which in some places might be kind of hard to do because I went back and clipping some scenes out, and the scene where Eddie kind of breaks down, I made myself cry. And I was like, wow, I can't, hold on. So
you watching yourself making yourself cry?
The scene where I hate to tell the movie, but it's been out for a while. If you ain't seen it, you can go see it and watch it for yourself. And there's a part where after my wife passes,
and you're sitting in the chair.
I'm still dealing with the controversy with my daughter and my granddaughter. My granddaughter comes and confront me about not letting my daughter come here, and I just sit down and I'm like, just let her say what she got to say. And after my granddaughter say what she got to say, I'm like, why won't anybody understand that I just lost my best friend? that scene made me cry, and I did it.
It's something that I noticed, and this conversation has been coming up in my life for the past week. As men, we tend to forget that you guys need time to heal. And in that moment, I noticed, or you have emotion. I mean, in that moment, it was like, wow, this is really what the battle is on social media and everything else. Like, this man can't even sit. Like, the body was still in the bedroom at this point, you know, like, and she was like, you like, just go. Just go.
I need some peace.
I need some peace.
Yeah.
And I'm like, we don't even recognize that people need healing. And I love the fact that that was what this project was about.
On so many levels. On so many levels. It rectified some friendships. Even the neighbor and her gossiping, and my wife, the deadbeat dad, quote unquote, who comes back to redeem himself. At the end of the movie, I give him his props for even doubling back to make sure that everything was fine. It was a good all around movie,
and it was a great reflection of the African American family. I really believe in this project. Almost anyone could see themselves in one or numerous characters, especially because so many of us from the city has Southern backgrounds. Yeah. So you were Pawpaw.
Yeah,
you were that grandpa.
That Birmingham accent a little bit.
Yeah.
At the moment, I had to come back home and not sound like I was speaking slave lingo.
Yeah, because you was the overall man. Like, you just don't go.
Had on overalls.
He even had on the family reunion T-shirt.
Funny story about that shirt, man. That's actually a family reunion shirt that I printed for at the time it was my girlfriend's family, and they actually changed our last name to Kearney, because I wore that shirt and the coveralls wouldn't cover up the names. So that's an actual family reunion T-shirt in the movie representing the family reunion, family bonds and ties.
Because I was like, only Grandpa's still going to be rocking that family reunion shirt from the last family reunion.
Oh, yeah.
The rest of us wear them as pajamas. We
I
don't wear
paid
them.
$30 for that shirt. I'm wearing that.
So you mentioned that you always playing somebody's dad. Do you feel typecast?
A little bit, but not completely. I remember going to see David E. Talbot years ago when he was going around from city to city doing his acting classes and offering opportunities to audition for his films. And one of the things I've learned in my acting classes, they said, you can be the greatest actor in the room, but if you don't fit the vision that they see for that character, you'll never get it.
Absolutely.
I can never be Superman because I'm black.
Right.
You know, I joked earlier, they'll rarely ever cast me as a librarian in a movie unless there's a reason for the librarian to be 6'2", 250 pounds.
And somebody's daddy.
And somebody. And somebody's daddy. You know, so no, I don't. I feel like I've been typecast in a sense, but no, my acting skills have allowed some people to like. There's a project coming up here at the end of the month. A Good Man Too. I don't know if
I'm happy we were rolling into that.
I didn't want to get too. I didn't want to jump the gun on you.
No,
but
that's fine.
A Good Man, because we hadn't finished talking about Healing Walls. I didn't think we were. Good Man Too. I play a detective. There's I don't have any kids. I don't play anybody's father. I'm just a detective.
Okay.
I don't have a problem being typecast either.
I'm happy somebody after Ethan's ass, because we need. You know how you gonna get away with this?
I can never remember the actress that played everybody's mama. She played Tina Turner's mama.
Jennifer Lewis.
Jennifer Lewis. I ain't got a problem.
You know what? My book club is actually reading her biography for March, and it's called Hollywood's Black Mother. But she knows and actually she's an idol of mine, you know, and as I grow, if I could have the opportunity to I wanted to be the hot ass auntie in every movie, you know, that's my goal, you know, but you have to know what you're good at and you're impactful. Don't forget that part. Regardless, your acting skills speak for itself.
Thank you.
You scared the shit out of me. like I wish I had a daddy, and I wish he was like that. Well, not in Sloppy Seconds, but the other dads.
I actually have friends that call me they film dad, but it's cool. I don't have a problem with it.
And you probably younger than most of them.
About the same age,
Right.
They ain't young, damn sure ain't young enough to be my kids.
But that also speaks to how well of a job that you're doing, and it's a place for you.
Yes, it
You
is.
know, especially when sometimes we have situations where everybody looks the same. Ain't too many people coming in looking this good with that kind of beard. Now, I just want you to do a Christmas movie and come down my chimney.
I keep saying I'm gonna rip myself out as a black Santa Claus
You need
during
to
Christmas time.
ask your mama about it. Isn't that what your shirt said?
Ask your mama if I'm real. That's my ugly Christmas sweater. It say, ask your mama if I'm real.
I asked my mother last night. She like,
I don't know that man. Find out for yourself. You try
I
to say,
told her like, okay,
I plan to, mama.
I plan to. I get to interview him tomorrow. No worries. So upcoming projects, A Good Man Too. I did have Mr. Smith here. Kamal, Joe, I asked you, sorry, but so we talked about A Good Man 1. And I'm excited to see the premiere for that is going to be March 30th, I believe.
March the 30th.
And you guys are doing it at the Riviera.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So guys, please go on Eventbrite. Follow everyone, because if you've seen A Good Man 1, you got to know A Good Man 2 is going to be fire. And this man is going to be in it. Right?
Yes, I am.
So
Man, this is another, like I said, I'm not playing anybody's father. I'm playing a detective. And if you saw Good Man 1, you know it's a little action in Good Man 1. Take a look at my face now, because they don't look like this. Good Man 2 is over with. That's all I'm going to say about the Good Man 2.
okay. So outside of that, what else can we look forward to?
I'm going to look right into the camera. And where the camera at?
We have...
Renika McQueen. You know Renika, right?
Yes, I had her on the show as well.
There is a project in the can that everybody on that project is waiting for you to put out, Renika. You know what I'm talking about. Stranger in Our House.
Stranger, she spoke on that.
I'm in an episode or 2 of Stranger in Our House. Good Man 2 is coming up. I just shot an episode of Street Legal.
Okay.
Shouts out Dennis Reed and DR2. Only thing I was mad about that is he called me for one time. I was hoping to get a reoccurring. Like they could have made me an old lawyer or something.
You never know.
But I have fun doing all of it. I'm not complaining. We just making jokes. I just did another film with Black Smith Productions and Tanja, the shoe lady. That's The Landlord.
Okay.
That's in post. I think everything else has been released already. Working on another film, By Any Means. In April, I'm filming with the Blacks again. I like to call them the Blacks because Rocky ain't.
We were on a podcast together, and I was like, you ain't black.
Right.
he like, oh, she didn't know.
Rocky
Like,
Black. Rocky, shouts out to Rocky and Janelle Black.
Yes.
Rocky's actually a pretty decent actor. He did his first film was For the Love of the Game. I think the first film they produced, he actually starred in. I think his son was in that movie as well. They've got that. They got that movie, The Landlord, in the can, and coming up in April, I think we're doing a movie called Swallow.
Wow.
Swallow. So I got a couple more. I think this month might be the only month that I'm clear.
Okay, well, I'm happy that I got you. I am a lucky woman. Look at God on my side, because you're going to be busy, booked and busy.
So y'all got it on record that some woman on this planet said they was lucky to be sitting next to me.
Well, you can take me to a premiere. I got a bunch of dresses and hair. Just so you know, I have a bunch of hair. Okay. So you are booked and busy, and that's amazing. I love to hear that this is just not a one-off for you. This is your passion. Are you living your passion right now?
I'd have to say yes.
Okay, please.
I do. Yeah, I know. I understand that there's a lot of people that would love to be doing what I'm doing. Mm-hmm. I humbly thank God every day that I've been, like you joked around saying I hit the ground running. It kind of just took off for me. I didn't plan this. I didn't strive to be here. Mm-hmm. But your talent will make room for you, is what the Bible says. So I'm happy to be here. I will stay as busy as they call me and tell me we need you to come and deliver one of those fatherly lines or play this fatherly role, I will have my fatherly ass on set. Doing
I will be
fatherly
dropping.
things.
I will be jumping in your DM. As like it's gonna be a whole bunch of women. Like I'm gonna ask him to do some fatherly things. That's all you gotta do is call. We did not know the magic word. Y'all hear that, lady?
I didn't think the DM thing was real.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
You said that
So
dot.
I got one DM that just made me I was like, wait a minute. Excuse me. Somebody joking with me.
No. You took your shirt off. Oh, you posted that shirtless. Like Zaddy got body too.
Oh, wait a minute. You talking about a birthday picture?
I don't know what you. It was just you in the mirror with no shirt on.
Why you put that on the podcast? Now you're gonna have people going to look for that.
They gonna look for it regardless because you're on the podcast.
That was my friends joke with me about that. Was it during the pandemic? During the pandemic, I started walking and I dropped about 20 pounds. So I say for my birthday, I'm gonna get on here and people be on here cash out, been talking about 50 wear and all that other stuff. So I just decided, I'm gonna show off my weight loss. Mm-hmm. And then the year after that, somebody say, "Where the shirtless picture at?"
Yeah, it's still
it's
up.
your birthday. No, they wanted a new one for the next year.
Oh. Hey, I say post a new one every year. I mean, if you ask me.
I think I got the COVID-15 back. So
that's okay. It looks good on you. No worries.
Thank you very kindly. But yeah.
So, do you have any goals outside of acting?
Outside of, no. Right now, no. Acting is a passion of mine that I haven't fully dove into. Mm-hmm. I have no disrespect to the craft, no disrespect to anybody else. When I say I haven't dove into it, I haven't invested the time into promoting myself.
Okay.
I've gone to classes. I've gone to acting courses and have received acting instruction. I haven't kept up with headshots every 6 months. I don't have a promotional social media website where it's kind of overwhelming the number of friend requests that I've gotten on my personal Facebook page over the last 3, 4, 6 months or so. Mm-hmm. So I got it. My dream for acting would be to elevate to the next level.
Okay.
I enjoy doing the movies here on the local circuit. To have a chance to be able to do a big major film production, even if I go in there and they laugh at me because I don't know all the terms or anything like that, I'll learn quickly. I'm actually talking to my friends now. I got friends that are in like Cattleman's commercials, DTE commercials. There's the one cat in the commercial that says you need to put a little lotion on Saginaw. I forget which commercial that is, but there's opportunities out there.
Right. It is opportunities
so
out there.
I'd like to see how far that can take me. Even voiceover acting. To be like a guy like Keith David. You know his voice when you hear it. You watching cartoons and one of the guys start talking. Keith David.
Yeah.
That dude probably made as many voiceover projects as he has acting projects. And I've been encouraged to seek that type of stuff out, so I'm working on that.
So usually I ask, we're coming up to the close of the show, and I usually ask, what type of advice would you give to someone who is looking to get in or wanted to grow? I mean, you just kind of answered that in a lot of ways.
They're looking to get into acting?
Looking to get into acting? Afraid about age?
Oh, man, I thought we was past that.
What, your age?
Age. Being afraid to do something because of age.
Oh, people are afraid all the time.
That's true.
They think they missed their opportunity because you have this going on now, and people were grinding 20 years ago, and now they feel like it's no place for them now. They missed the mark. So what would you say to that person?
It ain't over till it's over. I got a 30-year professional career that sometimes keeps me from certain acting opportunities. Not so much because of my unwillingness, but there's scheduling conflicts. People want to do things when I have other things to do in a 30-year career. You get to a senior level position, you can't have the flexibility that you always have.
He made me move the time of my show audience. Usually stream is on at 1 o'clock on a Tuesday, not today.
I'm a process and proposal engineer. Anybody out in the plant messing with them robots, them clamps, that cycle time and all that stuff, I'm sorry. They tell us how many cars they want to make, and we only give you 35 seconds to load them parts. So,
but you see how important you were to me to have you here.
And what everything she's saying is facts. She asked me could I be here at 1,
And I told her I can't guarantee you I'll be here at 1. I have meetings and things that I have scheduled. I have to be at training sessions and things like that. So today she was kind enough to push it back. Sorry if you usually listen at 1. Glad if you watching here at 3 o'clock.
They can watch it in repeat. We always show it again.
But
they know where to go on the podcast
I'm sure
page.
you got your fans. I'm good.
Oh, for sure.
Okay, so-
You got your fans. You have more shares under your page. I'm like, I am about to sit with the man.
See, you're going to have me smiling all day long.
As you should.
Black man blessing. Black man blessing. But as far as being afraid, that's never been one of my things in life. You can be nervous. Everybody gets nervous. It's even, you know what, I take that back. It's cool to be afraid. Don't let fear conquer you. Mm-hmm. I got friends on Facebook. I build stuff. I've made T-shirts over the years. I used to be a bouncer. Don't be afraid to try anything. I mean, skydiving without a parachute, you might not want to try that. But acting, if you feel like you got the passion, get in the mirror. Get your cell phone out. Tape yourself. See if you can believe yourself, first of all, because you got to have a monologue to go to the auditions with anyway. So the first step is to get in the mirror, find a scene or something that you like. Memorize the lines, because you're going to need a monologue. My first monologue was August Wilson, 2 Trains Running.
Okay.
So mine was from a book I had no reference. But you can watch a movie. My new serious monologue is I've been studying Red's parole hearing from Shawshank.
Okay.
And through film study, you can see certain things. Like, just for instance, in that scene with him on his parole hearing, he hesitates and pauses every time he mentions something that has to do with being old or young, age, because he's lost so much time in prison. Take time to watch movies differently. Everything that a person does is for a reason. Pay attention to the things that you see in films. It makes me watch them differently. But as far as being afraid, don't be afraid. It's natural to be nervous. It's easy to be afraid, but you can get past that.
Absolutely. Stage
fright is momentarily. We are all momentary. Anyway, I'll get the word right when it's on set. But as far as film goes, you got takes.
Yeah.
So if you mess up, they'll stop, start over.
And if you mess up too many times, they will fire you.
Oh, yeah, they will fire you.
And replace you with this guy.
They will. Hey, that's how I ended up on Sloppy Seconds. Anyway, if you're going in stage acting, you definitely have to get over stage fright.
Oh, yes.
You have to develop your voice to be able to speak loudly. I'm raising my voice a little bit.
No, I've been on stage.
You've been on stage,
yeah,
so
I've
you
been
know.
On stage.
You have to be able to memorize. If your memory is shot, you might want to go do something else. But if you want to do acting, don't be nervous. Anything in life, it's never too late to try until you're in the ground.
Absolutely.
It's never too late till you're in the ground. Who's the one lady? The designer? Martha Cho, Mary Cho, somebody Cho. She's a designer. She didn't hit her stride till she was 50. She didn't get on till she was 50. So my advice to anybody is like they said in Shawshank Redemption as well.